First area we'll look at is Boin. So we've released 51 holes, a little over 8,000 meters of drilling. The table here kind of summarizes some of the highlights. Probably the most significant aspect of Boin. We've tested it now for about 4 kilometers of strike length. We see really good widths of mineralization here, 47 meters, 32 meters, 18 meters, all the way up to 62 meters at 0.8 grams gold. So real good sort of linchpin asset. We'll zoom in now to the three-dimensional models. So we'll be looking at a number of these. What we're looking at here is the gray areas are the pit shells from the 2020 resource estimate. The blue zones are the models, the solids that make up the resource, and then we've got the black traces with the yellow highlighted gold intersects. So we'll look at all of these for the various different zones. In terms of the exploration potential and the ongoing program here at Boin, so the current resource here sits at a little over 530,000 ounces. Again, we've tested this now for about 4 kilometers in strike length, and we've got 3 main target areas. We've got some internal gap zones where there just wasn't some previous drilling, and we've actually filled in some of those and released some results now, very positive results here at Boin. They are open along strike, so we've got geochemical, geophysical anomalies that continue along strike, and then significantly as well, and Luke's mentioned it, we're now just starting to put some deep holes in and test these zones at depth. So focusing on the 2020-2021 drilling, as I mentioned, we've done quite a bit of work in the gap zones. We've extended this to the south. We're now extending it to the north as well, and started to put in some deeper holes. We'll look at this gap zone first. So again, this was just an area where previous drilling hadn't gotten around to filling it in. We've now put a number of sections of drilling, still relatively shallow, and we are in the process now of doing some deeper drilling there and filling in some of these other areas. So there is still definitely some low-hanging fruit, and that's why, again, to this point, about 70% of the drilling has been focused on the resource areas, because there really are some pretty obvious targets for advancement and expansion of the resource. So I'll mention here as well, you can see the sort of linear nature of these. Again, these are structurally controlled deposits. We'll see that in all of these different models, that they form relatively straight lines. That said, we've got some secondary controls where we've got some cross structures coming in, and that's where we end up getting some of the better results. So that'll be a common feature for all of the deposits that we look at today. So, and then this angle highlights well again the extensions that we have to the south, the gap drilling, and as well we'll look at a couple of these deeper holes in here. So these, and again, for us, deeper is only about 200 meters vertically below surface. So because all of the historic drilling has been so shallow, our deeper holes are still not really that long. So first cross section we'll look at here is from the gap zone. A couple of highlights here. Again, real good intersect. This is within the oxidized zone. So we've got this saprolite, this oxidized zone that goes for about 50 meters vertical. So that's how we've been able to build a significant resource within the oxides. Here we've got 1.27 grams per ton over 27 meters. And interestingly, again, we've got some additional zones, both in above and below the zone, in the hanging wall and the footwall. And obviously, these come in important for stripping ratios and potential mining in the future. This next cross section here at Boin highlights one of the deeper holes that we've put in on the zone to date. This was a reverse circulation hole, but one of our deeper RC holes. We've got a nice wide intersection here, 62 meters of 0.73. And again, within that, we're starting to see now some higher grades, so 7 meters at 3.2 grams. Good consistency again in the zones, hitting it in all of the different structures. We see that along strike and down dip as well, and that's how we've been able to build the resource.